So his name's Dave, and he posted this on Facebook about a day ago. So I'm at the club meeting last night, and the subject of the Glock ban comes up. And while the person speaking about the nuances of the bill is absolutely useless pieces of garbage legislation that made no one safer, a comment is uttered, well, Glocks are pieces of garbage anyways. Now, this is a room full of 2A supporters. He says sometimes we're our own worst enemies. Another person at the table said, I agree, but that's not the point. They eat themselves, right? This goes back to Sandy Hook.
SB 1160. Go all the way back there. A lot of people, you heard gun owners saying, well, it doesn't affect me, so I don't care. I don't have one of these AR-15s, assault rifles. Then you have other people saying, as long as they don't mess with me, I don't care what they do.
Well, that was 704-2 right there, right?
Yeah.
It's only going to affect FFLs. It's not going to affect me. But if we go out of business and you can't get the guns, guess what? That affects you. That was my whole argument last year, but we won't go back that far.
Well,
did you find it, Toddler?
People still today don't believe that these are just stepping stones. Okay, so they went after Glocks, and you go, okay, I don't like a Glock. We all know, I've done this podcast enough, I don't own Glocks either. But with that being said, once this goes through and they're allowed to do that, what's the next thing they're going to take? Because you look around the state, look at Virginia, look what they were trying to do. So you look at all these things, and people don't realize these are just pieces that they're taking, just little bits at a time.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
A much bigger ban.
Death by 1,000 slices.
I got to comment. All right. So this individual wrote, this was 19 hours ago from the date of filming.
Yep.
As a lifelong hunter, I had to take a government-mandated safety course. I was told what weapons and ammo I can use, how many rounds I can have my gun. I must be a federal and state licensee. I'm subject to inspection of my game and equipment. I was told where I can hunt. What makes the rest of y'all any different other than you want to use your own high-capacity firearms in full auto? Grow up. You are not special, and responsible enjoyment of firearms has been regulated for decades. And then someone wrote, it's pretty cringe what you have to say, violating your civil rights, etc. And then somebody jumps in and says, hey, heads up. He pinned your comment, probably hoping people would target you for the comment. And he goes, I can agree, or can't agree with you more.
Fuds.
But that's the problem.
Yeah.
So he's okay with his rights being infringed and him having only certain parameters. To be totally honest, I don't think any of what he's going through is okay as a hunter. And if you just
what's a federal license, by the way, for hunting?
I don't know. Here's I tell people all the time, I think bump stocks are stupid.
Yeah.
I think they're idiotic.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would never buy one. However, if you, Josh, wanted to buy one, that's your business. You do you, boo. I don't like them. I think they're dumb. I'm not getting them.
Right.
That's it. Should they be illegal? No.
No.